Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are at Ripley's Aquarium. We're going to give you a full tour of the aquarium, show you what it's all about. We're going to talk about pricing, all the different types of exhibits they have, as well as some special upcharge events and things that they have as well. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. If you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. As we walk in, you have this nice big aquarium. We're going to give you a complete tour of this aquarium and show you everything that it has, but here's a nice top-down look. So it's really big. This aquarium is massive. I think it's a little bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside. So if you're just looking at the front, it's got multi-levels, like it goes down almost like a basement. So there's definitely a lot to see and do. Let's go check out this area. So two of the big draws they have here, in addition to all the marine life, they also have penguins, which I guess also fall in that category, but additionally, they have a sloth exhibit too, and we will show you all of that as we go through and check everything out. But there's a lot for the whole family here. I know people, I think, generally think of aquariums as something maybe for children. That's absolutely a wonderful thing, but also we're adults, we don't have children, and we love it. So it's fun for everyone. This is an interesting exhibit. This is Cheddar. He was found by Red Lobster and donated to the aquarium, or sold, I really don't know, I think donated. But he is a 1 in 30 million chance of being orange like that. So they named him Cheddar after the Cheddar Bay biscuit at Red Lobster. So there's you a little tidbit. There's a cute photo up here. Uh-oh, they are doing some work on the penguin habitat. What a bummer! So what I'll do is show you some footage. There's a floating duck. I'll show you some footage we have of this when the penguins are actually there, so that you can fill in the blank. But it's actually a wonderful exhibit when they're not doing maintenance on it. There are a couple over here. This is an area they put them to sort of encourage them to breed. They call it the penguin nursery. So hopefully they'll have some little ones coming along. We are now heading into the Savage Seas. They've got all kinds of info about pirates, about pirate ships, what the life was like for the pirates. They also do still have some aquatic and other exhibits mixed in as well. Like here we've got, I always call him Pascal. Those of you who are Disney fans will know what I'm talking about. You've got the chameleon here. I love his eyes. But it's pretty cool. It's like everything pirate, and they've got a bunch of information about pirates on these placards that is really interesting. So I definitely recommend reading those while you're here. They do have a really cool new exhibit. So this is a first right here, this robot fish. This is really neat. We just saw this the other day for the first time. So this is brand new. So I'm sure you can tell, but they're all robots. I mean, it's pretty incredible, really. This robot fish is kind of interesting. They've got him open on the side so you can kind of see in and see what he's all about. So that's pretty neat. There you go. There's a good shot. And then, like I said, they've got other marine exhibits in here, but also some fun things to play with. I'll show you those. So this is really cool. You can go here and you can dig for treasure. If you take a close look at the sand, like there's a seagull flying, there's a little treasure chest right there. So this is, I think, a lot of fun for kids for sure. And then right over here, they have this fun sonar area, master controls. Like this, again, really fun for kids. Could be fun for adults too. Definitely a fun area though. As we come out of the Savage Seas, we're right here on this ramp. So now we're headed into the Amazon area. So you've got some piranha right there. And then over here you've got some really big fish, some catfish, a stingray, all kinds of stuff over in this area as well. Next up is one of my favorite aquariums in the aquarium, which is Rainbow Rock. So we're gonna go down and check that out. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a like or a thumbs up. That really helps other people find our videos. So we really, really appreciate that. So we're gonna come back to Sloth Valley. It is so cool, but I wanted to show you this area right here. This is Rainbow Rock. It is one of my favorite parts of the aquarium. I can actually just sit on these benches here, relax, and take this in. It is so, so beautiful. Next up is Sloth Valley. I will warn you, unless they are feeding them, they're usually taking a nap, so we'll find out today if they're out and about or sleeping. They do have 2 sloths here. They've got Rico and Cleo, I believe, is the second one. So here they are inside the tree as per usual, but they do have feeding time, so check that when you come. Find out what the schedule is when you get here, because you would be able to see them sort of climbing up through here if they were, during their feeding time, they hang carrots and stuff up in here for them. Here's a much better view on this side. The other one's hanging out the other side of the tree. So cute. As we leave the sloth exhibit, I will mention, I told you I'd tell you about special things they have. They have a glass bottom boat tour. They do have where you can go and sit inside the sloth enclosure. And they also have swim with the stingrays and sleep with the sharks. And those are all upcharged. So in addition to the admission to get into the aquarium. Next, we are going to head into the Dangerous Reef. So this is one of their signature items. It is their shark tunnel. So we were going to check that out. There's a lot of people in here, and they're going backwards, but whatever. Maybe they didn't like it. This is actually one of my favorite things here at Ripley's Aquarium. So there is that glass bottom boat that I mentioned. So that's the upcharge. I'll show you where you get on the boat in a bit. So here is the moving pathway. And this is just a really magical experience to me. Being, short of scuba diving, this is about the best experience you're going to get for being down underneath the water, underneath the animals. So they do have a moving walkway that I mentioned, but it's not always on, but you don't have to walk on it. They do have a carpeted path. That's what I'm actually standing on, because I'm not really a huge fan, but definitely a lot of sharks going by. And we will keep moving on. They do have a turtle in here. I did see her when we first came in to the tunnel, so that's a lot of fun. Her name's Gabby. She's been here for quite a while. So also, I will mention, you may notice the camera I'm using actually lightens the picture. It is quite dark in the aquarium, but they do have a sensory day once a month. It's usually on a Saturday morning, but you'll need to look on their website for details. So if you have someone that the dark is not good for whatever reason, that's something to keep in mind. For some people, darkness can cause mobility issues. Also could be issues for those that are neurodivergent. So it's definitely nice that they have that option. What they do is they turn the lights up, but they also turn the music off. So it's a completely different experience. So like this section right here is pretty dark. Again, my camera is automatically lightening this up a bit, so it's even darker when you are here in person. There's a big shark, lots of sharks here. So I'm going to talk about pricing a little bit, but definitely check their website, because these prices are at the time of this recording. For children, I believe it's 3 to 5, but definitely check their website. It is $12.99. For children 6 to 11, it is $26.99. And for adults, it is I believe it's $39.99. Again, check their website. I'm doing this from memory. But I will mention to you, they do have huge discounts. They have huge locals discounts. They have really good discounts for the military, for veterans, both active duty and veterans. They have discounts for first responders and for teachers. All this could change. This is at the time of this recording, so ask when you get here. But that's definitely something to keep in mind when you come here. Definitely ask about those discounts because you can save a lot of money. Also, if you're going to come often, like if you are a regular visitor to Myrtle Beach and you're going to come more than once a year, look into their annual passes. Also, if you're buying tickets, look into tickets that group their other attractions. They have a lot of attractions here in the Myrtle Beach area that are Ripley's, not just the aquarium. So definitely check into those multi-attraction tickets. You can save a lot of money that way by combining them. Another thing I didn't mention before, which is not an upcharge, they do have dive shows sometimes, both in Ray Bay, which we haven't shown you yet, and also in Rainbow Rock that we already showed you. So out here there are some really fun activities for kids. You've got this ball activity. It's really cool. The ball will go flying up through these tubes and you can watch where it goes. They've also got the moon jellies over here. You've got this huge playground here. And then they've got a touch tank on the other side that I'll show you. So right over here, they've got a touch tank. Also straight ahead is where you pick up your photos if you got your photo made at the front and you want to purchase a photo. But this is a touch tank over here. And then this is pretty cool too. You can actually see the water pumps and everything for the aquarium. Down here is the living gallery. They've got some really, really pretty aquariums here with some beautiful fish. They've got the sea dragons right over here. They are really cool. And we've got some clownfish like Nemo over here. So cute. And then in this back corner, you're gonna see some flickering because of their lighting, but this is where the octopus is. Next up is Ray Bay. So this is a fun experience here, and this is where they have some of those dive shows that I mentioned. So they've got the beautiful big rays. They've also got a few sharks in this tank, but it's really relaxing to watch. But they also have a place that you can actually touch the rays. I'll show you that as we go upstairs. Here's the green iguana. So we're walking up the ramp back up to the top level. This is another view of Ray Bay, one that's not as busy as that one downstairs was. And then over here you've got both some reptile and amphibian exhibits, cute little turtles. And then I want to point this one out. So frame of reference, that is the top of the ray tank where you can touch the rays. I'll show you that in a minute. I just don't want you to miss this when you come. This is the ocelot exhibit. Unfortunately, he's like hiding in the corner. I'll try to check the other side. This is a fascinating amphibian. Definitely read the placard about him when you're here. I'll show it to you. You can freeze this if you'd like to read it now. It's a pretty fascinating animal, so definitely recommend that. And then over here is the bearded dragon. He's just hanging out under his sun lamp. I don't blame him. And we'll check this out. Oh, here's one. So this one's not pink. It's darker colored, but you get the idea. It's a very interesting amphibian. So when I showed you Ray Bay downstairs, right over there is where we were, only on the lower level. Now we're on the top level. So this is where you can actually just lean over. They have you lay down on your stomach, and then you can pet or touch the stingrays. Again, for a charge, you can also get your picture made with a mermaid from time to time. It is not open today, but that is an option sometimes. Yum, they got some mini donuts today. It smells good. It makes the whole place smell good. They don't always have that open. I think it depends on how many people are here and what time of day it is. Strangely, it tends to be open later in the day. You'd think you'd have that open first thing in the morning, but here is the Planet Jellies. It's really cool. They've got all kinds of jellyfish here of different types and a lot of sort of educational information about the jellyfish. And like right here, they've got some upside down jellyfish. Pretty neat. I find them fascinating. Not all of them are venomous or poisonous to humans. Some are, some aren't. I have been stung by one that gave me a pretty darn bad reaction. Don't recommend it, but I mean, people ask me that, or, you know, is it safe to swim in the ocean? You have to do it at your own risk, but I've been either coming or living at the beach for a long time, and I've only had that happen once. So, I mean, it doesn't seem common, but you know, it's just that random chance. Here is another playground, a much quieter, if you're looking for somewhere quieter, this is a much quieter playground up here. They've got this nice eating area where you can look out at Broadway at the beach. And then this is the Feeding Frenzy snack bar. They've got all kinds of snacks and drinks here. They've got some actually good looking pizza, yum. Some pretzels, they have some adult beverages. Here's their menu. If you're interested, you can take a look. You can freeze this if you'd like to see what it costs. I will mention that there's a lot of places to eat here at Broadway at the beach, so don't feel like you have to eat here. There's other options. Here's where you would get on that glass bottom boat adventure right over here. If you're claustrophobic or just plain old don't like the idea of being in a tunnel underneath water or whatever, This is up here, this is the feeding frenzy right up here above this area. And so you can stand right here, just walk down the few short steps below the feeding frenzy, and you can actually enjoy the shark tunnel from above. Here's the cargo hold. This is their gift shop. We'll just take a quick perusal. They got some cute ocelots here. They've got all kinds of stuff for both adults and children, all kinds of gifts. I actually like some of the things they have in here. They also have some beach decor for your house. It's really a pretty cool gift shop. You know, a lot of these attractions, they just have a little tiny gift shop at the end, but this one you could actually spend some time in. There's a lot to look at. I'm just super breezing through in case we've got some people watching who are not into shopping, but they've definitely got a lot to offer here. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.